Good morning, America. 6:30 or nearly there, that kind of time in the morning. And there's the banner up in Ireland. New York GAA, the Statue of Liberty, the stars and stripes for this famous occasion, this historic occasion for the boys. And they are over to our right and changed jerseys today for New York in the Electric Ireland Corn Immaculate Cup final. They have been in the Shield final, they've won it, but they've never won this one. But New York have been knocking on the door. They've learned every year, and they are bringing that knowledge here today to SETU in Waterford to try and win this game. They are up against Leinn from Thurles, and they were very impressive yesterday. Two excellent games, two games with lots of goals, so we're hoping for the same today. And a really good game for you. 11:30 a.m. here Irish time, 6:30 a.m. New York time. I'll give you the teams in a minute, but I'm just looking around to see, and around the middle there, actually, there you see the New York GAA Collegiate banner and a couple of girls there with more stars and stripes. They are out in force today. I wonder who is watching out there, and Rocklands and Shannon Gales and Yonkers and those sort of areas. Let us know, leave a message there on the YouTube live chat and let us know where you're watching the game from, and we will try and give it a mention as we go on, because they need good support here today. They're up against these lads. They are in blue today. They're a change kit. They were in white yesterday, and they are in blue today. That's Leinn from Thurles, and they have some excellent players, and indeed a couple of Kerry men on the full forward line that will need watched. Number 14, Ted Maloney from the Dua Club, and Brendan Falvey. He's Dr. Crokes. That noise behind me you might pick up. They're cutting the grass up on the hill behind us here. Not quite sure why. But the pitches are all in great condition. Maybe they've had enough cutting the grass on the pitches. They've got them off to a fine position. Now out in the middle there, that's the Leinn team, but out in the middle the captains are all in for the toss, and I see the two New York captains out in the middle with the referee, and the referee is John Hickey. But we're looking now at the Thurles players, so we'll stay talking about them while the toss is being made, because the toss isn't really that important. No wind to talk of. Sorry about that big pillar in the way, but there's nothing we can do about that. So number 2 and number 5 for New York, that's Shane Doherty, 22 years old yesterday. Number 5, Mikey Boyle, St Barnabas. Shane Doherty is Rangers. And the number 6 for Leinn, their captain, is Oisin Hogan from St Lomans and Mullingar in County Westmeath. So which of those three will be, or which two maybe of those three will be lifting the cup at the end of this game? We are about to find out. The game is about to start here at SETU Waterford, formerly WAT Arena, Sports Arena. Great complex here, and they're fixing the banner for us down below. And Emmett Clark has already come on from McLean, New York. I think that's McLean Avenue, is it, Emmett? He's supporting from Clark's Gym. We knew you were up early in New York, and you're at the gym already, really? Or are you just calling in? So lots of messages coming in there on the YouTube chat. A lot of the American audience keen to see if these lads can make a little bit of history today by winning this final. So I will go through the teams for you now, starting with the New York Collegiate team. The manager is Paddy Mulvihill. They have 5 Shannon Gales on the starting. Number 2, Jamie Harrington from Cork. 3, Luke Gamble from Limerick. 4, Oliver Corbett, also Limerick, from Adair. 5, Colin Egan from Ferban and Offaly. 6 is their captain, Oisin Hogan from St Lomans. 7, Patrick O'Donnell from Carlow. He scored, I think, 1-2 yesterday. Coming forward from half-back, very dangerous player and very accurate as well. And New York will have to watch him. 8, Sean Doody from Baltinglass and Wicklow. 9, Ben Killian from Athlone. They started the game really well. And number 10, Cian Daly. I see the New York team getting their photograph taken out there as our camera swings over to get the boys in blue and red, and the goalkeeper in the nice green jersey as well. That's Ryan Corrigan, Dublin stock, and they are ready, and we're almost ready. So let me finish with the Leinn team. Cian Daly at number 10. 11, Jason Gleeson. He's in his home county of Waterford. 12, Colm Keogh. 13, Dara Farrell from Edenderry and Offaly. 14, Ted Maloney from Kerry. And 15, Brendan Falvey, also from Kerry. I wonder today if fitness will play a part in this game, because New York finished the game well yesterday, and they're certainly good athletes. The other thing I'm looking at out here is the colours. Bit of a clash of colours, isn't it? both wearing blue and red. There's really just a bit of red along the top of the New York jerseys. Other than that, it's a little bit tricky. So I'll try and identify the players as we go on for you, and we're about to start. We have a good audience on Higher Education GAA YouTube, and the Higher Education Committee are making this game available on a live stream for you to watch from wherever you are, whether it's Thurles in Tipperary or all the way out there in New York in the early morning out there in the Big Apple. So in the mainly, or all blue we'll say, it is Thurles. They wore white yesterday, and New York wore white as well, but they've also got another set of jerseys and they're wearing them today, so a bit of a clash here. It's a bit tricky, isn't it? And their blue shorts, they're both wearing the blue shorts, they're both wearing dark shorts. Well, maybe one's wearing black shorts, but they're very similar. It's just as well you're not watching and we're not broadcasting in black and white, but still it's tricky enough, so keep an eye on the red over the shoulders. That's the big difference. Number 11 is Jack Healy as New York play from right to left as you watch it. This is Healy again. His dad is actually the chairperson of his club, Rocklands. And there they go for the first ball in, and they put that in because Coughlin's in there, but you see Oisin Hogan dropping in there, and they're obviously aware of that threat. Yesterday New York got a goal early on, pretty much from that kind of threat and from a press. They were 1-1 up before Liverpool, or rather, who was it? Southwest College knew anything about it, but not today. They've obviously watched each other. That's a good interception there to win the ball back for New York, but Mary persist and get it out to Colin Egan. And that's the 15 I was telling you about, Falvey, who plays it out to Duty around the middle. 10 is Cian Daly, one of two from the St. Lomans club in Mullingar. Trying to see some movement, and they have sort of isolated one player on the edge of the square, and New York are leaving that, whereas at the other end Mary I have a couple of players back to watch for that long ball. So we'll see if that has an influence on the game. This is the centre half-back Kevin Rafferty for New York. More stars and stripes over the far side as well, and the banners. They've a travelling support. They've been here most of the week, played a couple of challenge games. They've taken this very seriously. They've come over here on a number of occasions, but haven't won this particular competition. Can they do it today? Peter Cronin is 4, Luke Corridon is 7. He comes under pressure from Falvey. Referee playing good advantage, and this is Healy again, and off he goes. Strong player and leaves it off. Now this fella here likes to take a point, and has he got a point? Oh, that's beautiful. What a start. And the referee, well, it looked like the number 13, Immaculate, wasn't too sure if that was given. He is now, well, he was checking with the ref, and the ref has now told the umpire to wave that flag, and that has now been done. So a little bit of debate, but certainly, I suppose if you're right underneath it, it was a tough one to see, but from here, that was clearly over the bar. Really good from Immaculate as well. From the Rangers club in New York, we saw him do that yesterday, and I just knew as soon as he got the ball, he was capable of doing that. He's got a nice kicking action and good confidence as well, and that's a great start for New York. 1 point to no score after 3 minutes. They'll be delighted with that. Keep the messages coming on the live chat there on the YouTube page, please. I'm sure there's people watching early morning, but you get up early morning out there in the States, don't you? Now, there could be an equaliser, and it is an equaliser driven over the bar by Ben Killian from Athlone. And the big fella, I think it was him, got the first score of the game yesterday as well. And when he comes forward, there's danger, and he was being supported there. He drove it over, but Patrick O'Donnell, 7, was there as well, up with him if needed, and he's a great finisher too. 1 point each. Great kick out, and well taken for the mark as well. Kick out from Ryan Corrigan. I'm trying to see behind the pillar what's going on here. Is that Emmett Loughran? It is, and he's put it over. Lovely reply, and 2 very good scores for New York from play. One from the left, one from the right, and they go into the lead again. Big clubhouse set up in the background there, and that's the setting at SETU Waterford for this Electric Ireland Cornamuck final. That was all the way from the goalkeeper. Really good move. This is the goalkeeper at the other end, Darrow Sullivan. Mary I get it. And if you're just joining us, they are the team in the all blue whereas New York have more red. I think that's the best way of explaining it for you. It's good play by Luke Corridon. And it's Healy again, the playmaker. He can pass, he can put it in quick, and he can run with the ball as well. Oh, lovely flick. That's fantastic from Brian Coughlin. And there's a chance of a goal early on. Keeper saves it from Emmett Loughran. Loughran got a point a minute ago. They might still get a point. No, they don't. Well, Dara O'Sullivan came to the rescue yesterday, saving a penalty, and he saved early on. And we have another look at it. This was so inventive. Lovely play. Very creative. Goalkeeper just was in the right place at the right time. Great work by the goalkeeper from Oran in Roscommon. 2 points to 1, 5 minutes gone, and another really good start by New York, and could have been even better. But good football, really good football, good open football. It's so refreshing and lovely to watch. Ted Maloney, number 14, gives it to Cian Daly. Mary, I know that they are in a game. These New York fellas are good. This is Egan. Just checking your messages. I will come to them as soon as I can, but let's keep an eye on Ben Killian. He drove through for a point a minute ago. He's trying to do it again, and he's left this one off. Could be a goal even as they work it, and it's Falvey. A great save at the other end as well. Well done to Ryan Corrigan. 2 good saves. Well, we saw what Falvey could do yesterday. He went high and scored a brilliant goal yesterday that killed off the game. He went low this time. Went for it all right. But Corrigan from Shannon Gales was up to it. So a good save at either end. This is promising to be a cracker of a game. They both played well yesterday, and they're both shaping up well again today. Gleeson goes from a bad angle, and that's easy for the goalkeeper. As I say, never mind blanket defences. These guys just, their intuition is just to go forward, and it's so nice to see. And that ball is spilled beyond Kennedy, but he might still retrieve it, and he has. That's good work. I mentioned the fitness at the start. These guys have been training hard for months. I gather they had a training session around Thanksgiving. That's at the end of November. So they've taken this very seriously, and they have to play 2 games in 2 days. Now that's another that's dropped into the keeper's arms. That's one at each end. So basically both teams are cancelling each other out and replicating each other. Oh, there's an interception possibility for Garrod Kennedy. And yes, he gets in there and wins his free. And he looks a little bit tired already. He needs a second wind. On YouTube, Aidan Mahoney says, best of luck to Mikey Boyle and Nolan Kelly, he's in the subs, who came through St. Brendan's GAA and Monroe, New York. All the best from St. Brendan's. Thank you for that. So maybe they were with that club when they were a little bit younger. That must be it. Maybe played CYC. DC also says, come on New York, and the Rockland boys from Dermot Callan. Thanks for those messages. We'll keep them coming, and I'll read them out when I can. Now, Mary, this is what I was talking about. They leave one man up in this one-on-one, but he's way out on the right here, and now the defenders have got back. Did well to hold the ball up there. Dara Farrell from Edenderry and Offaly, and this is the big fella again. He's been held up as well by the fullback Corridon, and persists, and he eventually will get his free. Eight minutes gone, and it's tough going here early in the morning. And of course, the game yesterday afternoon didn't finish until around 5:30, so we're already going at 11:30 in the morning. It's a big ask, but that's the nature of these competitions. That's the challenge that it poses for you. Here's a chance now for an equaliser, but it's gone to the left and wide. That was from Sean Doody. The audience is building as I think more and more people wake up in New York, maybe, or they're getting word. Somebody is spreading the news. Couldn't help it. The mark claimed again, and this is Kevin Rafferty. He's got Cronin, and he uses him. Cronin from St. Barnabas. They're another of the clubs that will be regulars at the CYC, and that's where these lads came from. This fella just knows one way to play, and that is to turn and go at the defence. It's so good to see. That's Healy. This is Kennedy. They need the runners, they need the guys who are going to attack, and then they need to get the ball to the shooters. But I'm looking beyond the camera shot here to see where it is, and this is one of the shooters, and a lovely quick transfer of play, and as he got the score, oh, so good to see. Shannon Price there from Shannon Gales. They really are an attractive team to watch, New York. They play fantastic football. They play the game the way it should be played. 3 points to 1. Good quick transfer and good ball into the forwards, and then the forwards are clever. O'Sullivan's kick out straight up the middle, let the big fellas go for it. Kennedy gets a break on it, and that's a boot, and that surely be a free, and it is for the foul on Corridon. And New York winning their own ball around the middle quite a lot, and stopping the short kick out as well. Three points to 1 as New York Collegiate come forward again. They're from a collection of clubs, the Shannon Gales, the St Barnabas, the Rangers, and one from the Celtics as well. And as someone has already pointed out on the live chat on YouTube, some of these lads played for St Brendan's earlier in their careers. Cronin comes back to Mikey Boyle, one of the captains. His brother captained New York last year. This is Corridon, trying to find a little bit of room. Kennedy. He's got a second wind and slips it through there, and there's room in there, and he leaves it off. Lovely transfers again. Now that's not going to do. It's a bit of a Gary Owen. It's staying in there. Coughlin goes for it, but it breaks kindly for one of his teammates, and eventually Mary get their hands on the ball. So 11 and a half minutes gone if you're just joining us. Sorry about the colour clash, but New York have more red in their jerseys. They're playing from right to left. Mary from Thurles are in the blue, and they have the ball, and this is Ted Maloney, a Kerry man, and he's looking to see where he can go with this, but good tackling by Mikey Boyle to get a hand in, and he holds him up. This is Sean Doody from Wicklow. Patrick O'Donnell from Carlow gives it to Ben Killian from Athlone and Westmeath. Egan puts it into the full forward line towards Farrell. Farrell wins his own ball in front. He has Falvey there, but he keeps going himself. Soloing on his right. Has he got a left foot? We'll find out. He's still going and eventually goes over. Referee says no foul. And Emmett Loughran is back there sweeping up. Gives it to Kennedy. Number 2 is Shane Doheny. Just over halfway, and that's usually when Jack Healy takes control. This time he goes route 1, puts it in there, and the defence, have they dealt with it? They've 4 men against 2 in there, but it's the one, the number 14, Brian Coughlin. He really is a handful. Gives it in to Immaculate, and he is sent to ground, and Mary will deal with it. So they had to play on 3G yesterday, but they're playing on grass today, as you've maybe figured out by now. So a different challenge in a way for New York. I think they play mainly on 3G out there, thinking of Gaelic Park and places like that. Good tough tackling from Shannon Price, and he gets the turnover as well. Number 10 on number 10. So it's early here, or early enough for a game in Ireland, but much earlier in New York. But it's been a good start for the boys. That kick has gone to the right though. It remains 3 points to 1 as we go towards the end of the first quarter. Now, they haven't gone short because the press has been pretty good from New York, so they forced Mary to go long, and that looks like the case again. He's going to have to put it up the middle, is he? No, he tries to go to the wing. You can see where he's going. He's looking for Oliver Corbett. But again, the decision goes for New York. They're good battling on the one-on-ones. Mulvihill decides to leave it for Kennedy. And Kennedy just pops it back to Corridon. One of the Corridons. His cousin Sean is at number 3. And that's a look at number 7. This is Gerard Kennedy. Coming inside, and that's a nice ball into Healy. He can take his own score, and he doesn't connect properly, and the goalkeeper just lets that go. And it goes harmlessly wide. Arguably, New York should be a little bit further ahead. Yesterday, of course, did a 9-point lead and lost it and went one down before getting a goal at the end to win it. So no fireworks around the goals area with a save at either end, but no goals as yet. Mary now have won a ball. They haven't won many of the 50-50s recently, and he's popped that over the head there. I told you to watch this fella, Patrick O'Donnell, and he gets away from Kennedy. Passed the ball to himself, if you like, and this is Falvey. Left foot, had a good look, and he's looking again, trying to engineer the space, and he's put that wide. You can see exactly what he was trying to do, and he is dangerous. He's a nifty little player in there, very tidy player, but missed the target on that occasion. Maybe it's a little bit trickier playing from left to right at this particular venue. You sometimes hear about that. The scoring goals, 3 points to 1, low scoring as opposed to yesterday in the 16th minute of the game. Kennedy, he's been all over the field. Gets it again, and just a little shimmy to get away from two players. That's lovely play, and he takes out a few more by giving it to Doheny, the co-captain, but he has given it away. Promising move. They're so enterprising and direct with their play at times. It's lovely to see. This is Killian. Runs into 3 New Yorkers and has to give it back. A little bit of RG off the ball by Falvey, a little bit of nonsense, and then the New York player goes down, very silly, and the Kerry man says none of that messing. Referee not interested. Just gets on with the game. John Hickey, the referee. This is Gleeson giving it inside, but the move breaks down again, and to say, I know New York have been playing well, but it's a pretty poor return from Mary Thurles to have only scored 1 point in 17 minutes. And New York arguably should be further ahead. This is good work from Corbett. He's a student at Manhattan College, and that is a challenge that they were not happy with on the sideline, and it was behind the big pillar for me. I didn't quite see it, but the referee is there and he has his notebook out. Well, maybe get a chance to see it again here. And yeah, did he slip or did he just get on the wrong side of him and bring him down? Either way, it's a free to New York. And there's what happened a few minutes ago. A little bit of silly stuff. There was no need for that. The Kerry man got a little bit excited there, didn't he? Nothing really in that. Shane McElliott, Rangers. His mum was the tour manager last year. Brother in the subs. That one's gone to the left and wide, and they really aren't taking their chances here. And Mary have only scored the 1 point, as I mentioned, and that's why they're bringing on a substitute already. 18 minutes into the game. Number 21 is coming on. That is Aaron Ryan from the Nair in Waterford. He came on yesterday, and they're bringing off number 5 Colin Egan, and that will be disappointing for him to be brought off so early, but I guess they had to do something. So Aaron Ryan, 21. On home county. Oh, that's good work by Brian Coughlin winning that. He managed to get it, and he's going soccer style, and he's going for the top corner and just missed it. He had no right to win that, but just bundled his man out of the way. Sun just coming out here now, as you'll see when we come back after the replay. Yeah, he just got the right side, or rather the fullback got the wrong side, and that could so easily have been in the top corner. And you know what, New York could easily be winning this game by 5 or 6 points, but they're only 2 points ahead. And on the balance of play, it should be more. Checking on your comments on live chat here. You've gone a bit quiet. Let me know. There's over 300 watching now. Let me know. Leave a comment there, please, whether you're in New York or Thurles or somewhere else. Let me know what you think of the proceedings so far. Just let me know what you're out there, or what you're having for breakfast. Must be bagels in New York, the New Yorker. Now, the boys in blue are all blue. Mary I, there's a good run forward by Jason Gleeson. And this is Falvey. Does that trick where he looks like he's going to go with the left and then drops inside. Obviously didn't fancy it from there. And maybe there is a bit of wind picking up, and maybe it's slightly in favour of New York. Ted Maloney puts it in to Farrell. Wins his ball as he does. He's a unit in there, but he's easily dispossessed, or is he? And that's obviously going to be a foul out. 13 on 15. There are people out there. Joan Henchy, thank you. She says, come on, New York. You're not in Thurles. You're not in New York. I think you're in Dublin at Congress, is that right? And must be very proud of these boys. Not just the fact that they've won, but the way they've conducted themselves and the way they've played and the way they're playing again today. Leading this game after 20 minutes. And very comfortable and could easily be a lot further ahead. Corridon puts it in to McElliott. Comes back out to Healy from the Rocklands club. Composed play here, just waiting for the opportunity. Oh, and that's lovely. That's good work by Luke Corridon, getting it back to McElliott. Scored a point earlier. The effort is coming in. It's going to go wide though from Loughran. Scored one from the other side. That was a little bit ambitious from there, and he seemed to lose his footing slightly. And it's another missed opportunity, despite excellent work by New York in the approach play. 21 minutes gone. And 21 has the ball. That's Aaron Ryan. Mary I realised they had to do something. They've only scored 1 point in 22 minutes. So they've brought on a sub. Haven't really had a lot of chances. One goal chance, but it was pretty comfortably saved. That's Falvey again. And he's not able to get there. Again, good tight marking on that occasion by Peter Cronin. Peter, the leader from St Barnabas, does enough. And it's not happening for Mary I. Not so far, but New York lost a 9-point lead yesterday. They've only got a 2-point lead. I just fear that they might not have enough. They're not taking their chances when they get them. The goalkeeper in the nice green and red is Ryan Corrigan. Dublin background from the Shannon Gales Club in New York. That's an excellent kick out. Well, I thought it was actually. It's going to turn out quite well. I thought it was aimed for Chris Mulvihill, and Mulvihill does get it and gives it into Kennedy. Quick transfer of the ball. It's hard to defend against that. Can they create something? Can they take a score? They go back to Kennedy. He's just outside the scoring zone, you fear. Gives it to Corbett. They're going to come back out, but that's going to be intercepted by Oliver Corbett. The other Corbett. There's a Corbett on each team. And Mary I looking to hit them on the break. And New York have expended a lot of energy in this half. And you see Coughlin chasing all the way back there now to try and retrieve the situation. They do get it back. And that's good battling by Coughlin for the team. That's a good example. And he shrugs off the challenge and says, let's get back up the field. They've done so many good things in this half, and that's a nice pass as well. The word from the sideline, you have the strength, take him. He tries to take him, but he can't get past Patrick O'Donnell. He's a very mobile player. He might have another go here. Now, I see off camera they're looking for the high ball in. And that's a good, well, I thought it was accurate, but Mary I dropping deep there, and they've meant to cover in there, and it's proving not to be fruitful today, that long ball. Whereas yesterday they got quite a bit from it, but not today. Mary I have done their homework. So they've been restricted, really, New York, to shots from distance, and they haven't been accurate enough. I'm talking about not being accurate enough. That was a poor effort. 24 minutes gone. Just 3 points to 1. You wouldn't have guessed this after watching yesterday. Kay Lucy leaves a comment on YouTube live chat. Says watching from Kilbrinn, North Cork. Come on MIC, come on Jamie Harrington. That's the number 2 for them. Kilbrinn. I know there's a lot of small clubs around there. I'm not quite sure what that is, where that is. I know I'm in North Cork usually, but there's a lot of clubs in Cork. Is it 70, 80 clubs, something like that? I know the likes of Clondrohid and places like that. And of course, Mourneabbey, places like that. But Kilbrinn, not quite sure where it is. Maybe you could let me know. Great catch. I did say that ball wasn't working in there, but that one did work. He took it beautifully, Shea McElliott, and claimed his mark. He knew he would get it, but under pressure there, that was good work, and he's having to take it himself, of course. Now, can he put this over? Give them a 3-point lead. Steps inside. No problem at all. All his own score. Five minutes to half time. Dara O'Sullivan. There's been a few threats around his goal. One big one, and he saved well. And his kick out there has just about eluded Kevin Rafferty, and Mary I on the run through the middle, and Aaron Ryan, the substitute from the Nair in Waterford. He was brought on to do exactly this. He gives it to Killian, and he puts it over the bar. I thought it might just dip onto the net there. He really is a threat when he gets forward, and that's a good response from them. Just off the shoulder there on his right foot. Kind of the wrong side for a right footer, but he just put it off the front of the boot. New York allowed to get the ball from the kick out. No press on there. Cronin will give it to Doheny. Good play through the hands, and they've got the ball to Healy, as they like to do. And he loves to drop the shoulder, but he's blown for over carrying, maybe caught in two minds. And Mary I just sensing here that they can do something before half time and get back into this game. And this is what happened to New York yesterday. They were 9 up, they were pegged back, and just before the break, Southwest College got a goal, got it back to 4 at half time. And all New York's good work maybe wasted. He's fisted that from distance, nearly ended up in the goal. The keeper had to save it. Well, I suppose he could have left it, and it could have ended up in the net actually, but it was safely dealt with. 26 and a half minutes gone. Maybe all the drama in this game is going to be in the second half. Players are bound to tire after playing yesterday. As I say, New York had their game at 4 o'clock yesterday, so they haven't had much time. Coughlin unable to get there. It's been a tough first half for New York as well. They've played great, but they've used up a lot of energy. And you just see one or two signs of players struggling a little bit all over the field. It's got to be the same for both. Although Mary I's game was a little bit earlier. This is O'Donnell. Easy to recognise with the socks rolled up. And the style of his play as well. And this is Falvey. He's easy to see too. Or easy to recognise. Ryan. He gets support from Oliver Corbett from Adair in Limerick. 3 minutes to half time. They've scored 2 points in the whole half so far. You might think that the scoring goals are down to the left in the second half. They'll not panic about only scoring 2 points. They've kept New York to 4. So the game wide open. Now they've gone for the ball in, looking for the number 11, Gleason. Can he keep it? And he can't. Which gives me a few seconds to read out your comments on the live chat. And Erin Healy says, watching from Pearl River in New York. Let's go Jack Healy and Brian Coughlin and the Rockland lads. There's plenty of them. And Kay Lucy has come back to tell me that Kilbrin, the nearest town is Kanturk. I got you now, near Mallow, yeah. And James McGuckin is watching in Killarney. Come on, the Kerry lads. 2 of them in the full forward line for Mary I. Brendan Falvey from Crokes and Ted Maloney from Dua. Thanks for those messages. Luke Corridan is fouled by Colm Keogh from Wicklow, and he goes down and he looks hurt actually. Looked innocuous enough, but as I say, it's tough going out there. They called for him to get a drop of water, the magic water. It's exactly midday here in Ireland, so 7 a.m. New York time. Nearly half time. And players getting a drink now, but they're only a couple of minutes away from the break. So the referee keen to get this one underway again because Corridan is up and able to continue. Oh, it's a reckless challenge there, which the referee does take note of. He doesn't have a word, but he has taken put a tick beside Falvey's name. New York, can they finish the half with a flourish? No goals yet, but they have it a threat. They have good forwards, but Mary I have a good defensive structure in there. So you have to move it quick and you have to be creative. They are that a lot, and there's a chance it might even drop into the goal, and the goalkeeper did well to deal with it. That's O'Sullivan. That could have dropped in easily. They survive again. Hasn't been one-way traffic, but there's been a lot of chances at that end. Now this is good chasing back by Loughran. But Killian still persists, gets us free as well. Mary I looking for a score right at the end of the half. Ryan gets it back from Farrell. We're now on added time. He does this. He goes across goals on his solos on his right, but he leaves it off, and there is a kick going just wide. Wasted opportunities on both sides in the first half. I just feel the second half will be completely unpredictable. Both teams getting a little bit tired and a little bit sloppy in their efforts. There's the effort at the other end, which the goalkeeper had to palm out. And no one really has made a big imprint in this game. Very low scoring indeed. 4 points to 2. So it's anybody's game in the second half. That's what I'm trying to say. And there is the half-time whistle from the referee, John Hickey. So a pretty low-key first half, but I think we could have fireworks in the second half. Somebody's going to have to go for it. New York coming over here. I wonder, are they going to go into the dressing rooms? We'll see. But yeah, the magic water called for again, and the teams will go in and have a little chat and see what they can do better or different. And it might be down to the benches again. The bench won it yesterday for New York. They will certainly be needed again, and players will need a little bit of a rub, a little bit of treatment to get going. It's a tough 2 days for them. We'll see who has that extra little bit that is needed in the second half. For now though, we're going to take a little break. We'll be back for the start of the second half. Referee John Hickey gets the second half underway. All to play for in this second half. The cup is up for grabs. It's the Electric Ireland Corn na McLean Cup. And this is the final. And it's New York trying to win it for the first time ever. They are in the blue with red across the shoulders. Mary I. Thurles in the little bit of red as well, but mainly blue. Bit of a clash of colours, but hopefully you can make it out. That's definitely New York on the attack with Fintan Corbett. And they're playing maybe against whatever wind there is in the second half. It was certainly tough for Mary I in the first half. They only scored 2 points in the entire half, but they were tidy at the back as well, as you see there. And they've only conceded 4 points. Low scoring after all the goals yesterday in the two semi-finals. And you see a substitute on there, number 23, making that challenge for New York. And that's Jamshahi. That's the fella who got the goal yesterday, Julian Jamshahi. Brought on at half-time. He came on later yesterday and got the goal in the last minute or two to win the game. But he's been given a whole half this time. And I think they're going to have to run their bench because it's tough in these conditions. And it's grass today, whereas it was 3G yesterday for New York, and their game didn't finish until about 5:30, and this one started at 11:30 this morning. So a big ask for them in this second half, and they expended a lot of energy in the first half. Mary I played a little bit earlier yesterday, but of course they'll have to dig it out as well. But that's the challenge that you get at this level, and that's what they love about these weekends. It used to be 3 games in 3 days. Right, the big midfielder, is he going to score here? And you know what? You would have thought that he might, but he's really skied that over to the right and might be even kept in it. It is kept in actually by Colm Keogh from Ben Killian's big Gary Owen kick. But the teams pretty much cancelled each other out in the first half. But this fella here should have plenty of energy. Sub yesterday, and he's using that energy now, and that's exactly what they need him to do, to run and drive the ball and the play at that defence and run them ragged basically. This is Emmett Loughran. Again, you can see the pace of the game is a little bit slower, understandably. And in the shot down below is there on the sideline, by the way, spotted an All-Ireland winner, an All-Ireland winning captain, Sam Maguire, winning captain for Meath. He's down there helping out with New York. I saw him yesterday and I thought, is that Graham Garrity from Meath? And it is. Someone has also pointed it out there on the YouTube live chat. That's Colm Kelly, and I thought it was him. So we checked at half-time. And also on the live chat, Irish Lad says, shout out to the Shannon Gales lads, up Queens. Early morning out there in New York. Jamshahi, the hero yesterday with the goal at the end, goes for a point, and that's what he was brought in for. And he has nailed that, and that's the 5th point only of the game, but it does give New York a lead. So he's fresher than most of them. He was left there in a little bit of room, and he was able to put that over, and that's exactly what was needed from the bench. Now the wind has just picked up here. It feels like it's coming from my back, which means it would be going across the field, but it is a bit tricky. But New York have found a little bit of energy, and that's ambitious from there. He fancied it, but he's put it to the left, and he's put it wide. That was Mulvihill. Fancied it, but a little bit tricky, and maybe it's that wind that carried it a little bit. As I said, just picked up there, and maybe he was just trying to use it. But isn't it amazing where you get new energy when you get a score? And that's a good kick out from O'Donnell. It's going to be hard work in this second half for both teams. 3-4 minutes into the second half, but really nothing in it. Certainly going by the way these two teams play such open football. Cian Daly, Westmeath man, speeds away. Leaves it inside, and that's their sub who came on in the first half. That's Ryan, but it's also not going to go. It's going to stay in play. And it's good battling back to win it by Colm Keogh. Wicklow man does well, comes inside and looks to give it in, and he has given it in well. Tough challenge comes in there in Maloney, and it's a fair challenge. New York get that ball back, and that's great play, you have to say, by the New York defence. Great athletes and great tenacity and skill as well. These boys have been really well coached down the years, whether it's been Shannon Gales or Rocklands or St Brendan's back in the day when they were really young, as we've heard. And that's another solid challenge that is allowed as well, and that was Oliver Corbett getting back there, and that has left a mark. In fact, I think maybe Corbett has hurt himself. 2 good shoulders, and good to see the referee John Hickey acknowledging that. So often you see a challenge like that going in and they automatically giving it as a free, and then you realise it was a perfectly good challenge. There's one hit, and there's the result of another one. So yeah, it was Corbett from Adair in Limerick, and it was him who applied the hit and came off worst. Oisin Hogan, the captain for Mary, gives it and gets it back. Movement ahead of him, so he slips it to his centre half forward Gleeson. And now you have 2 Waterford men on the field in their home county, and this is the other one from the Nair. Ryan keeps possession for them, and they're being patient here. And this is Farrell, and has he got that over? I think he has got it over. That's a fine score by Dara Farrell from Edenderry, and awfully for the lads from Thurles, and that gets them back to within 2 points. And again, it's just tit for tat, it's just point for point, and nobody really has made a break for the Leinn in this game yet, but it will come, believe me. 36 minutes gone, plenty of time left. Fitzgibbon Cup final is here later on today, and there's also lots of hurling in the Ryan Cup and the Fergal Maher as well. And there's Jamshahi chasing that one, but Hogan's going to get there first, the captain from Mullingar. This is O'Donnell from Carlow. He gives and he wants to get it back. He hasn't scored yet today, but look at him going looking for it. Instead they transfer it into the full forward line to Ted Maloney. Now what can Ted do? Can Ted make the ball talk? He gives it back. Here he comes again. This is Falvey. And he puts it crossfield, just about gets there to the intended target, to Killian. He can take a score from distance, and he's going for it, and that was going to drop short though. Well watched by the goalkeeper Ryan Corrigan. And neither team really playing to their potential today. It's been not a negative game by any means, but it has just lacked a spark so far, which is totally understandable given 2 games in 2 days. But it's there for the taking if somebody can just dig it out, and that's what it's going to be today. You're going to have to dig it out. Just keep going. Heart and spirit. Garrod Kennedy gives it inside to Chris Mulvihill. Jamshahi is poised inside, and then he calls for it. He's been watched now. They realise that he's good. He got the point a few minutes ago. This is Kennedy again. And there's a nice direct play, and he looks for Brian Coughlin. They always have that outlet. He's so strong, and he pulls his way through, and he gets a goal as well. And we knew it was going to come, and eventually it does. The man from Rocklands, he is a rock in there. 3 or 4 men trying to stop him, hanging off him, but they can't stop him. And all of a sudden, out of nothing, after a pretty tame game so far, we now have fireworks. And it took Coughlin. Man of the match yesterday. He's on his way again today. 38 minutes gone, and New York have made the first real break of this game. Mary will have to respond now. They find themselves 5 points behind. They've only been 3 behind. Now it's 5. But a tired challenge there you saw, and that's the way it's going to be. It's going to open up a lot. We could have a lot of goals from now until the end, because things are definitely going to open up. Mary now starting to apply the pressure, and this is O'Donnell. Slips it off, and that's deflected, and that could go anywhere. Defensive watched it well though. That's good defending in there from New York, and it is that sort of thing. You could get a goal out of nothing, a little bit of brilliance as we saw a minute ago, or a mistake. I think it was the number 7 who was back there actually, Luke Corrigan, who cleared his lines there for New York, just to give him that credit, because that was important. Paul Levins in the live chat as we follow the play now as Hogan takes it forward, the captain for Thurles. Let's just keep an eye on what's happening here. Daly. And it's Daly again with the ball. He's going to come all the way out. He's going to come out to Colm Keogh. The midfielder is Doody. They're just passing the ball around, but New York content to sit in there. So now they go for the direct ball, and their full forward wins it well. That is Farrell, and he goes low but doesn't get a connection. Certainly not as effective as Coughlin was at the other end. So those messages, yes, Paul Levin says, let's go New York, watching from Rocklands. We need a strong second half, lads. Well, it's going that way. It's been a good start to the second half for New York. 10 minutes in. They've only conceded And 1 point in the second half, or have they conceded at all actually in the second half? I'm not quite sure. No, I think we are just a 1 point. But they've kicked on and they have a 5-point lead with 20 minutes to go. O'Donnell. He's certainly not feeling the effects of 2 games in 2 days. Got 1-2 yesterday. This is Daly. Mary just trying to find a way through, but they don't have a Coughlin in there, and that's poor play again. And it breaks down again. And New York in a really good position here, and they are staying solid and firm at the back as Healy takes possession. Around the middle. It was funny, the threat yesterday for goal came as early as the first or second minute of the game, and New York had 3 goals on the board. 3 goals on the board after 15 minutes. Took a longer time today, but they still got the goal from that man Coughlin. He scored a great goal in Croke Park, I believe, and has won a championship with Sligo. Now they put that in again. I don't think that was intended for Coughlin. That was actually an attempted goal, but goes to the left and goes wide. New York warming up one of their substitutes, and that's a good idea. Both teams will be trying to run a few subs in this last 20, I would imagine. Mary have plenty of subs there, but this is the midfielder duty. Does well to get possession. They're trying to move the ball as quickly as they can, and this is their sub. He came on in the first half. Good tackling back by Mikey Boyle just to hold up the play. This is Boyle again on Falvey, and Falvey hasn't really had an impact yet today, but he will always be a threat. Asks for it again. Now he's looking to be a provider. Gives it to his fellow Kerry man, Maloney. And Maloney speeds off. Can he get on that right foot? You saw he was trying to get back, coming in on the left, but has to come all the way back out, and does that, and gives it to Killian. And this is where New York sort of have them in a good situation, because they're just been nice and calm and sitting in there with their structure and forcing them to shoot from distance. But this time it works, as the number 21, Aaron Ryan, does get a point back for Mary and brings it back to a 4-point game. But they had to be patient. Now they're running on another substitute. It's number 19 coming on for Mary. And the number 19 is PJ Curtin, another Kerry man coming on from Castle Island Desmonds. I think New York have a man down hurt. Substitute is on actually for number 12, Colin Keogh, by the way. So 19, PJ Curtin on for Mary. So now they've 3 Kerry men. And I see 21 going on for New York, and 21 is James Donovan from the St Barnabas Club, and he's coming on for Jack Healy. And Jack maybe struggling a little bit around the middle there. He's put in a shift again. But it's 21 going on. That is James Donovan for New York. Goes right out to the same position. No positional switches. And it looks like another change, because Peter Cronin is unable to continue. He's put in a shift both days. But 25 is in, and that is Brian McElliott, brother of Shea from the Rangers Club. So 2 changes for New York, 1 change for Mary. The audience has gone up to around 400 devices, but no comments on there. You're all very quiet. Maybe you're all biting your nails. Let me hear from you. Shane Doheny for New York coming forward. That's a lovely ball in, and great movement as well, and a lovely turn from Shea McElliott, as he does so often. His brother's on the field now as well, and this is Loughran going through. Gives it back out to one of the substitutes, and that's beautifully put over. Oh, he's called it wide. I'm sure that was over the bar though, and it's the umpire at the near side, and surely he has the worst view in the ground of that. And I would imagine that the linesperson on this side, and they're appealing to him. We're going to see it again here, and our camera follows it, and that was, I'm pretty sure that was over the bar, and that was from James Donovan, who's just come onto the play. So New York denied a point there. They'll go to try and rescue that and get another one. Garrod Kennedy. 25 is McElliott. Back to 21. Said the bench might make a difference like they did yesterday, and that's a tough challenge going in there on Chris Mulvihill, and he gets his free. Referee quick to award that. So a chance for them to get that point that they were denied a moment ago. So into the last quarter, 45 minutes gone. New York on the verge of history here. 4 points up in the 2023 Corna McLean Cup final. All the competition sponsored by Electric Ireland. And there is the point indeed from Shane McElliott from the Rangers club, and he makes it 1-6-4. No mistake there, and they did deserve that. And a little smile from Graham Garrity there down at the bottom of the shot, as you can see there. The Meath man, the Sam Maguire Cup lifting man with Meath from what, 23 years ago, is it? 24 years ago? And he's helping out with New York. And he's got the arms spread there, calling for a free, and he gets it. And New York just applying a bit of pressure here, and it's hard to see now where the Mary I comeback is coming from. I'm not ruling them out by any means. The wind is picked up behind me as well, but they've only scored the 4 points. And New York are pretty comfortable, it has to be said. Great goal, says Paul Levins. Thanks for that. And Tommy McElligott says, that's my boy. 2 of your boys out there, is it? That's James Donovan. Fintan Corbett. Oh, and here he is now. Here is James Donovan again. Lashes it into the bar. Oh, my goodness. Off the bar. And how did that not go in? Might still end up in the net, is it? And finally it is. And it's poked in by Fintan Corbett. And somehow New York have got it. They have got a second goal. They have persisted. And that could be the killer. That could be the goal that makes history for them. The subs have made a difference. Smashed off the bar. But they have kept going and kept going. They just don't give up. And they have deserved that. Fintan Corbett with a finish. The man from Shannon Gales may have won this Electric Ireland Corna McLean Cup final for New York for the first time ever. History for New York. 47 minutes gone. Mary I definitely have it all to do now. This is Cian Daly. Cian Daly has been busy and he gets away from his man, but he's got lots of company. He's on the wrong foot. He's on his right foot. So he leaves it off. O'Donnell is there. He wants it, but they come inside. And Doheny is back, and great defending once again. They've been defiant in the second half. Mary I get it back though. They've stolen it back. They're trying to get in close to goal. They need a goal from somewhere, and that surely is in the net. And it is. Or is it? No, it's gone wide. It's gone the other side. I thought that was in the net from here, but it hasn't gone in. And New York survived there. The referee is going in to have a word, but I think the umpire there is Carl McGuigan, and I think he's pretty adamant there. Now the referee is he taking the name of the goalkeeper, or what is he deciding here? It's hard to tell just at the moment. Oh, and he's given a black card. Is it? He sent the goalkeeper off. Oh my goodness. Well, he must have done something there that I didn't quite see, but they need a replacement, and immediately they're sending on number 22, Aidan Connolly. So the green jersey comes off. What impact will this have in the last few minutes? They need a replacement goalkeeper. Do they have a replacement, or are they just putting somebody in there? It's Aidan Connolly. He's the man in 2021 who cycled all the way across America. 62 days of cycling. So he's a fit player, there's no doubt about that. So they're rearranging things a little bit, New York. Just when they got ahead, 2-6, 2-4, that's 8-point lead, 12 minutes or so left in the game, and they've had to make a switch because their keeper has been sent off. Drama here at Waterford. Number 20 has gone on for Mary I as they try to turn things their way, and number 11 is coming off. That's Jason Gleeson, and 20 for Thurles is Sean Leinn, same name as the manager from Mount Collins in Limerick. Sean Leinn, 20 is on. Now, after all that, let's get going again. Down to the last 10 minutes. How are you feeling, New York? How are you feeling out there? Let me know on the live chat there. This is going to be a very interesting 10 minutes. Connor Rafferty says huge shout out to New York from Rafferty's in Yonkers, from Mulherns and Crossmolina, Mayo, and Rafferty's in Carrickmore and Tyrone. That's a lot of connections, and that's gone wide. And Tommy McElligott says that's Joey Grace, 22, who's gone on. Well, I was given 24 for him before the game, I'm pretty sure. Just double check that for you, but I'm not doubting you. I'll take your word for it. It sounds like you would know. I'll just check the notes I was given here as we watch the game. And as I check my notes for 22 and 24. Yeah, 24 I was given was Joey Grace, but maybe they've just got the jerseys mixed up. But I'll take your word for it that that is Joey Grace out on the field. In goals now, we're in the green jersey for New York. James McGuckin is, I think, rooting for the other team. He says he needs Ted. That's Ted Maloney and the MIT boys to hit the onion bag here. Entertaining stuff. Well, they really do. They need at least one goal, probably two at this stage. But New York have been really good at the back. 20 is Sean Leinn. Pretty tame first half, but it certainly livened up in the second half, and we're in for a few fireworks here, I think, right at the end. Here's Leinn again. They're not going for points. They know they need goals. Well, he's certainly gone for a point, but he skied it to the right and it's gone wide, but it's coming back for a free. Ben wants to know, what college is this in New York? Well, it's a collegiate team. Collection from different clubs in New York. It's the New York Collegiate GAA team. Colin wants to know what the black card was for. I don't know, to be honest. Maybe someone else spotted, but I don't know. They're preparing the cup down below us, getting it ready for the presentation here. So that's the stage we're getting to, and that kick goes low, and Mary I really should be taking points from there, you would imagine, or going for a goal, but that was neither there, neither here nor there. New York. You see their supporters pretty animated over the far side, and they are breaking out. They are finding energy from somewhere. They know they are close to a little bit of history. 52 minutes gone. I'd say we have a good 10 minutes left. 8-point lead for New York. They're in a great position and fully deserved as well. And that's a wide. Joan is back on, says, come on lads, finish it. This is tense stuff, Joan, isn't it? Number 18's been warmed up for New York. That's Colm Shalvey from Rocklands, and he came on yesterday and had a great impact, so I'd say he's going to be on very shortly. Now, Mary I. What have they got? 19 is PJ Curtin. 21 is Aaron Ryan. 20 is Sean Leinn. That's the three subs that they have brought on in this game. But they can't get any change. The New York defence has only conceded 4 points. That's an outstanding defensive performance today so far. And they've lost their goalkeeper now. This is Farrell. Dara Farrell. And he's going to get a free. New York won't really mind conceding a free from there at this stage in the game. Love their attitude, very positive attitude.
I cut your audio for a second. Do you want the mic down and you get into people on that mic?
Okay.
And you just put down and hold it for presentation, we'll get that, and then just do live interviews. As long as you just don't go anywhere near halfway line, it'll be fine.
Okay.
And I'll give you a thumbs up.
Okay.
I'll put you back on now.
There's a point for Mary I. Sorry you lost me there for a few seconds. I was silenced. But it's a 5th point for MIT for Mary I Thurles. Not that it looks like it's going to matter an awful lot. 5 minutes to go, 6 minutes to go of normal time, and there'll be 3 or 4 minutes extra as well. On YouTube live chat, Michael Stanbrook says, looks like a great setup there in Waterford SETU now. Yeah, it is. Well, it's always been good, but it's got better. They've improved it down the years, and it's first class. The World Games were actually held here before COVID, and that was a real success as well, but it's got better and better. This is Falvey, the Kerry man, one of 3 Kerry men out there for Mary I Thurles. But There's Kerry extraction as well on the New York side, and there's a hit off the ball, but that's getting a little bit silly. We don't need any of that out there, lads. New York's number 15, Chris Mulvihill, has family from North Kerry. His dad, Paddy, is the manager. And here is the Kerry man from Dr. Crooks, Falvey on his left foot. Didn't even think about trying to get a point. They need to work it in for a goal, but New York are standing firm. Hogan for Mary I as they try another route to goal. There is no way through, or is there? PJ Curtin trying again. Number 3 is up there. They're throwing the kitchen sink at New York, but New York are standing up. They're winning the ball and they're breaking. And they're breaking the hearts of the guys from the Tipperary College. This is good work by the substitute again. This is James Donovan. He had a big hand in the goal. And New York so comfortable in this second half. And we did talk about fitness earlier on, and they have stood up to everything here today. They've been absolutely terrific. Up the wing is the call. Oh, he's just got that over O'Donnell's head, and there is a lot of grass here in front of Mikey Boyle, and he gives it in to Shea McElliott, and he started with the first point, and he's been really nice, lovely, relaxed style there, a languid left foot, and he was blocked down there, but he started and showed right at the start that they could compete with these boys, and they've done more than that. They're beating these boys comprehensively at the minute. Dara Farrell with it for Mary I. Wants to come in that right all the time, as does Cian Daly, but they go over the line and they've lost the ball. It's a New York ball, and New York celebrated that as if it was a goal. Now there's one man down, and the referee is holding things up a little bit, and I'm not too surprised because these guys, as I say, 2 games in 2 days. Tough couple of days, in fact less than 24 hours. The game yesterday finished at 5:30. This one started this morning at 11:30 for New York. Number 20 is on now, and that is Daniel Sheehan from the Celtics club, the only one from that club in the panel. Didn't get on yesterday, so good to see him getting a game today. So he's come into the play, and New York's management down below us there, including Graham Garrity. Looks like a guest manager for the weekend. Well, whatever they've got, it's worked. The referee's going to hop this as we go into the 58th minute of the game. New York on the brink of a little bit of history here. And they get a boot to that as well, and they've done that so well. They've got men back, and they've played as a team back there. Very disciplined as well. They haven't given away too many frees. And look at this fella here, Coughlin again. Back in defence. He got the goal, and he's been willing to help out many times coming back as well. James Donovan has brought fresh impetus to New York. This is another of the subs who's come in, and that is Sheehan. He's got tangled up a little bit there, and they've lost possession, so Mary I have it. Is their time 58.5 minutes, and there's got to be, I'd say, 3 or 4 minutes extra. New York getting a little bit anxious on the sideline. Just need to calm it down a little bit. The referee checking with his lines person, I think, possibly on how much extra time that they are going to allow. Falvey goes route one, puts it in there, but a lot of New Yorkers in there, and they're all homegrown players, of course, and they have dealt with that beautifully. It's Mikey Boyle coming out, giving it to one of his subs, but it's been won back. Luke Gamble has it, the Limerick man. They're going to have to put this in pretty quickly. Sean Doody gives it up to his midfield partner Killian. Aidan Tansey on live chat says magnificent defending from Shane Egg, Donaghy and co from all of us here at Clark's Gym in McLean Avenue. Well, you want to be proud of these lads. They're making history. New York have been coming over to this for 4 or 5 years, I think. This is the first time that they've got this close. They've never won it, but they're close to winning it. Now, could there be a goal here? Oh, it's lashed and it's saved on the line just when it seemed there was a goal, and that sums up the performance. Now, it's going to be a free in, but New York still standing firm, even though it looked that was finally going to be the moment that Mary I were going to get back into this game, but he saved it and came tearing out. New Yorkers really, really determined not to give anything away here. We might get another look at that in a minute to see exactly who it was. I couldn't quite get a number, but it's a team effort in there. It's not about individuals. We're in the last 10 seconds of normal time. Mary giving the ball around, but they know Ted Maloney has to put this in the net or go for the net. Now they're checking how much added time. The referee clearly pointing to his watch. It's all about the time now. 12 plays 5. If this went in, it would get it back, but he just pops it over. That's probably sensible, but has he got time? Well, maybe the referee told him there was good 4 or 5 minutes and he's thinking just get that on the board and make it 2 scores, but they're going to need 2 goals. And remember, the goalkeeper came off, and now the goalkeeper's coming back on again. He has served his 10 minutes, and Joey Grace is going to come off now, and New York have their goalkeeper back. Ryan Corrigan is back for the finish of the game. Not that the stand-in did anything wrong at all. 61st minute, but I still feel we've got maybe 5 minutes. 22 is on for New York, but now I'm a little bit confused about who that is. Is it Grace? Maybe they've left on the field or put him back, because I was told before the game, well, the note I got from the New York guys was that Aidan Connolly was 22, but then somebody has told me on the YouTube live chat that 22 was Joey Grace. 22 jersey is still out there, so that must be Grace. Either way, it's back up to 15 aside. Oh, and that's well taken by the 25, and that's Brian McElliott who came in. Gives it into Fintan Corbett. Corbett who got the crucial second goal. It was scrappy, but it doesn't matter. New York have the ball at the right end of the pitch. It's a cool, breezy enough morning as it's transpiring now in the middle of February, as you would expect in County Waterford. Mary get it back, but he's put that out of play, and Mary devoid of ideas. I thought there might be a comeback in them, but I sensed about 15 minutes ago it wasn't coming. Partly because of New York's excellence. Tommy Kelly says Shane Doheny for man of the match. Well, I thought he was going to have a big game. He was up against Falvey, the danger man from Kerry. The Kerry man I don't think has scored. So we'll take your contenders for player of the match, by the way, just at this stage, and we'll have the presentation. But I talked about the conditions, and I feel rain coming in now. Is it going to rain on New York's parade right at the end? It feels a little bit like it. Starting to come in now. Hopefully that doesn't last. Maybe New York won't even notice. 2-6 plays 6. They have a 6-point lead. They have a 7-point lead. Shane McElliott, he started it, and I think he's finished it. Referee blows his whistle. We're still going to have a few minutes. Sean Hennerbury says class from New York after the brilliant performance yesterday. Irish lad says number 9, Fintan Corbett, man of the match. Brilliant game at midfield. And Tommy McElliott says 25 is actually Pat Burke. Okay, so they've got all the subs mixed up. I think they've been very good giving me numbers the last couple of days, but the lads have obviously not kept to their numbers. So it's Pat Burke who's on there. Sorry about that. And that's out of play. And New York, I think, are going to get through this game without conceding a goal. 6 points is magnificent from a defensive point of view in a final. 64th minute. We are close. Barring a miracle, New York are going to win this. Ryan Corrigan puts it back into the play, and we play on. New York win it again between them, and that's Jamshahi who got the goal yesterday, and they're off again. New York. Is there going to be another score right at the end? And the subs are applying this finish, and they're giving it to McElliott, but he's put it to the left and he puts it wide. Was there a touch? There was indeed. 45. '65th minute. The rain doesn't seem to have persisted, thankfully. Coughlin taking his time. There's a bit of excitement, even the odd hug on the sideline for New York, because they know they have this. This has taken years. This hasn't been just this weekend. The money they have got together, the support they have had from the GAA community in New York to enable them to come over here and to prepare properly and to do it the right way. And there is the final whistle. They have reward, and it's Jamshahi who catches it from the kick out. He looks to the skies and says, we've done it. We've actually done it. We've created history. New York, New York, so good they say it twice. Start spreading the news, because New York have won this. The first time ever they have won the Electric Ireland Cornamaclean Cup final, and they have thoroughly deserved it. 2-7 to 6 points, and that guy got the goal yesterday. The subs all had an impact. They all played their part. The bench as well, and the management, and they had Graham Garrity in there, and All-Ireland Sam Maguire winning captain. He has his phone out there. He's recording the famous moment, and the stars and stripes on the far side are flying in the wind, and the celebrations are all about New York. We're going to have the cup presentation here. We're going to stay on to get that presentation and the player of the match. And player of the match, well, I think I'm being asked about it now, and or maybe they're. Are you looking for player of the match? Player of the match, I think I'd go for Corbett, number 9. 9, but could be any of them really. They all played fantastic, and Fiona Murphy has said as much on the live chat. She says, great stuff, New York, and congratulations from Aidan Mahoney, or Mahoney is it? Congrats to all the players and management, and to Mikey and Nolan and the coach Marty from Ullets and Brendan's and Monroe. And yes, that's where it all started for some of these lads. So a great moment, a bit of history for New York in this competition. And as I say, they thoroughly deserved it. There was only a few points in it at half time, and they looked up against it, but they came up well in the second half and played extremely well and got a couple of goals and won it in the end by 7. Could have even been more. Real team effort, family effort as well. A couple of brothers out there and cousins and all sorts, and I see someone on the phone, so they're on the phone to New York. Thankfully these days we're able to live stream it, so people in New York are able to follow it. Pete Cairns says well done, wishing congratulations from Pearl River. Thanks for that. Keep those coming there on the live chat on YouTube. We're going to be going to the presentation pretty shortly, and I'm going to go down and try and record that for you and get the moment and get a few interviews as well and make sure we hear what's being said. So stay with us here so we can capture this moment. So it's the live stream team of myself, Jerome Quinn, with Pater McConville on camera and Mark Quinn in the van, and Higher Education have made this possible by him getting us down here all the way from Belfast down to record this, and we're only too thrilled to be here, especially now that New York have made a little bit of history, and the audience staying with us and coming over as well. And they're getting selfies there as well. They've got the phones out. McColgans say great job guys, so congratulations coming in. And Graham Garrity has his phone out as well. It's a man who has lifted the Sam, and now he has helped another All-Ireland victory here today for New York. And there's the team photograph being taken, and they'll get another one in a minute with the cup. Regina Corrigan says amazing, love my goalkeeper. Yeah, he was great, he was terrific. Thanks for that. Now I'm going to try something a little bit ambitious here. We're going to take the microphone and go down and try and get interviews, so persist with me. I'll try and get all the best bits, that's the important thing. We're going to try and get the speeches here. You don't just want to hear from me, so I'm going to go close to Mike Hyland, who's the chairperson of Higher Education, and we're going to pick up what he says. And he's got the captain there as well, and that is the number 5. Well, the two captains, Mikey Boyle 5 and Shane Dohenny number 7. So let's hear from Mikey. That's the player of the match. That's Fintan Corbett from Shannon Gales, a student at Manhattan College. He gets his photograph taken, and hopefully I'll get a nod for approval that we're going well. Yeah, we got the thumbs up, so let's hear what Mike Hyland has to say.
I'd just like to thank both teams for a fantastic game of football. It was really good. Obviously playing 2 days in a row is tough, but served up a great game of football. Hard luck to Mary Thurles. You were very strong all year. You came up, unfortunately, just came up against a stronger team today, but well done, lads. You're a fantastic GAA college, and I know some of you will be talking out later on to hurling, so all the best for the rest of the weekend. I'd like to thank our fantastic sponsors, Electric Ireland, to bring an awful lot to this game, or to us in terms of sponsorship and marketing. And again, the streaming again today, this match has been streamed all over the world, so I'd like to thank them for all their contributions. I'd like to thank our hosts here, SETU, Waterford. You know, the fantastic facilities that they have here. It's great for us to be here all weekend. We have more games today, so we're looking forward to them. I'd like to thank Kieran and Tig in Croke Park for all the work they've done throughout the year to bring us here today. So I'd like to thank them. And finally, I'd like to thank our champions, New York colleges. You're coming over here for 5 years now, I'd say. This is your 5th year here. You brought a lot to it in terms of enthusiasm, bringing a big crowd here. You're getting better and stronger every year. And now we finally won the Immaculate, as you've been really pushing hard to do. So congratulations, you're a great football team. Enjoy yourselves today, and best of luck to yourselves in your club and your college for the rest of the year. So I'd like to present the cup here to our joint New York captains.
We're going to get the captain. Graham Garrity has brought him over now, so that'll do you there. Work away. This is Mikey Boyle.
I just want to thank Mary I for a great game today. Hard luck to them. They're a tough team. Same to who we played in the semifinal yesterday. It was a tough team. And then also John Moore's on the other side of the competition. It was a tough competition. Happy, we dug deep. We had some injuries and everything. It's just a testament to how deep we are on the bench. Anyone could have deserved to get a jersey on the starting team today. And I just think it shows our training and everything. Thank you to our management. We've been going since Thanksgiving out in the cold in Gaelic Park. So it's just a great feeling to, come out here after all the training and all the hard work and, work shows and to get the championship, And also to Patty Curtis back home, wherever he is. Thank you, guys.
And here, just one thing. What about all your backers as well? There's been a lot of backing for you. A lot of sponsors have made this possible. It hasn't been a cheap trip.
Yeah, absolutely. The management, everyone, us as a team, we tried our best to get as much as we could, and we couldn't be more thankful to all of our sponsors. They're the ones that make this possible. Our meals, our gear, our buses, our hotels, everything is paid for. So we really have to only worry about the training and everything. So it makes it a lot easier on us. It's a huge stress, that we don't have to think about. Extremely grateful.
How does it feel to make a bit of history here?
It feels great. Like I said, just testament to our training. It shows that, what we're doing in New York, we're doing all the right things. So we just got to keep at it and, keep coming over here and, hopefully keep collecting some silverware.
Just finally, have you a message for the people out in New York, early morning out there?
Yeah, anyone who's watching, appreciate it. Coming back to McLean Avenue with the cup.
Brilliant. McLean Avenue in the Yonkers is where they're going to bring the cup, but they're getting their photographs taken with the banners of the stars and the stripes, the Statue of Liberty. It's all here. Well done to them. Let's have a word with the goalkeeper. Come in here a wee minute and get a word with you, keeper. You had a wee rest there for a few minutes there.
Yeah, I got sent off. Maybe I should keep my mouth shut sometimes.
Yeah, well, never mind that. I mean, we'll not talk about that, to be fair. Your team and your defence didn't concede a goal in that final, and that was crucial. I mean, the defence was terrific.
Oh, yeah, we were terrific. We had Shawnee on the line there, our fullback, making a big save at the end, and Joey came in, and he's got a good ping on him, so our kickouts were in safe hands.
Player of the match, we give it to the midfielder, but it could have been anybody. It could have been Shane Doheny or any of those defenders or Brian Coughlin. What do you think?
Finton had a good game. I think everyone had a good game. We all worked as a unit. Shay tapping over points, Brian working back. Finton, our manager, Sean Kelly at home, calls him a gazelle, doesn't stop running. But everyone as a unit worked well together to.
Have you got a message for all the people back home watching on the live stream? They're up early this morning in New York, but you always get up early out there, don't you?
Yeah, we're all up early. My mom's up early, so I want to say hi to her, my dad. Everyone at home that's supporting us, thanks a lot for tuning in and bringing the cup back to New York for you guys.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Well done. Well done. Thank you very much. That's the goalkeeper. That's Ryan Corrigan, of course. And who else can we get here when we're here? Let's see if we can get a word. There's lots of photographs being taken, and we're on those. But let's see how else I can get. I'm looking for Graham Garrity actually, or Sean Price, or anyone. I know Graham Garrity's not one of the New Yorkers, but have we got someone to talk to? Come on in, the two of you. Come on in, the two of you. Come on, the two of you. Introduce yourselves now.
I'm Paddy Mulville, and this is my daughter Kate, all the way from Kerry.
Big New York accent there, not?
Yeah, big New York accent. Yeah.
What does it mean to you to be here to win this?
God, it's an unreal feeling. All the people that are behind us, everybody that's behind us, it's unreal. People back in New York. A lot of people there, Paddy Curtis especially, trained us all there since last November, done 30 sessions with us. Couldn't make it today, but he was here in spirit, like he was here with us in spirit. Niamh Doheny that brought us all the food there all the year, unreal. Clint McElligott, Geraldine Doheny, all those people, Sean Doheny, great people. It's an amazing feeling,
And isn't it people from an Irish background wanting to keep their Irish background, but coming back to Ireland and proving that they can still perform at this level?
Like it's a big thing for us over there. Like, you know, like we're away from home, but we still love Ireland. Like, you know what I mean? Home is going to be Ireland all the time, and it's an amazing place.
And you want your family to be part of that, and that's why your daughter's here, your son's playing.
Yeah, that's part of it. She plays football as well. All the ways up, all of them, three of them all played. And I got to give a great thanks to my wife as well for all her patience.
You better do that, all right. And what's your name?
Kate Mulvihill.
And Kate, what did you think of this achievement today, and how they played and how your brother played?
Great. He worked hard, never give up. They all did.
And you play a bit of ladies football. Who do you play for, and how's that going? Is it strong out in New York?
Yeah, I play for Rockland, GAA. We're doing good, yeah.
What did you think of the player of the match decision today, or who would you have given it to today?
No, Finton, he did really good.
That second goal he got sort of killed it, didn't it? It was really important.
Yeah, scary when he got that black card, but Joey went in and showed that he could.
Brilliant. Would you do me a favour? I need another wee interview here. Could you get the brother?
Yeah.
May as well make it a whole family thing. Get the brother as well. Chris, he'll be there. Oh, and there's a lovely moment down here as well. A little hug here from, and let's see, corner back. It's Peter Cronin. Peter, talked to you yesterday. Let's have another word today. You're giving hugs out here. Yeah. This is who? Sorry, introduce who we got here.
So
here, do we see you on the camera a wee bit this way here? Good man. Oh. They don't want to see me. They want to see you.
This is my Uncle Dur. He's my dad's brother. They live in Mallow in Cork. And then this is my first cousin as well. They came to travel out and support me today, so it was great to see them.
And why did you want to come down here to watch him?
Because I wanted to watch him.
You just wanted to watch him. And how did he do?
Very good.
Very good. There you have it. Well, you did very good. You did better than that. You made history. How does it feel?
It feels unbelievable because I've been going for this for 4 years, and to finally win it, just great feeling. Just great. Yeah, feels good to win this.
Well, if it took you 4 years, what did you do different this year?
This year, the mindset was just completely different. We knew we had a strong team right from the start, and our mindset was great. We knew we were saying the whole time we can go back and win this thing, and that's what we did today. We proved it today, proved it to ourselves. So I'm delighted for everyone involved.
It's about proving that, but also it's about family that you're describing here. It's about coming home and your Irish heritage.
Yeah, that's the best part of it. Coming home, seeing family members, and then watching them watching me play football is can't put words to describe it. It's a great feeling.
But made the effort to come from Mallow. I mean, you had to deliver.
Yeah, had to win today for that.
Brilliant. Well done. The sun's come out as well, and it's February in Ireland. It can't go any better for New York. Let me see who else we can get a wee word with here. There's Julian here. Let's have a word with Julian. Come on over to get a wee word with this man here. Didn't get a chance to talk to you about your goal yesterday, and you come on and you made an impact again today. Talk to me first about the goal yesterday. The referee actually gave you a great advantage and let you go, but you had only one thing in your mind, and that was crucial.
Yeah, I didn't know about the advantage until afterwards. I didn't really know where I was shooting either, to be honest. I just shot it and went in, thankfully, but yeah.
We have a lot of names in the team that we recognise as Irish names, but where's your name and what's your background?
So I'm half from Kerry, from Ballinskelligs, and the last name's Iranian, half Iranian. So yeah, that's where it comes from. Pronounced Jamshahi, by the way, Jamshahi.
Jamshahi?
Yeah, Jamshahi.
Iranian Kerry.
Yes.
That says it all, really.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's many of that mix around, yeah.
No, not many at all. So it's the same club. I think we'll go away. It's a bit noisy here. We'll come over here a wee bit to get a proper word with you. It's the same club as, I think, the Kerry manager, yeah? I was told that, Jack. No? I think it is, yeah. I think it's out that direction, yeah. So How long have you been playing? I mean, what's your football background in New York? I mean, did you play CYC in the league?
I did, yeah. I've been playing since young, since I was like 8 or 9, to be honest. So yeah, I've been playing my whole life. But I've come to Ireland last year with the team, and then under 14s I was with the Fela team that won it about 5 years ago. So yeah, I've been playing a while now, yeah.
And that second half, when you come on, the fresh legs really helped, and you kicked on in the second half, and that's when you won it.
Yeah, I mean, that was the game plan, really. It was me and Senan. We were splitting the position, really. It's just go out there and give as much energy as you can. So.
And what does this mean to you lads coming over here to do this? And you didn't just come over this time to make up the numbers, which is maybe what it was 5 years ago.
Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, 5 years to just make up the numbers to now winning it all. Who knows what the future's got in store for us, but hopefully we keep rising up the ranks.
All right, brilliant. Well done, Julian. Thanks very much. That's one of the heroes. There's lots of heroes. Oh, we've got another one coming out now. Excellent. Shay. Family effort all round here today, and lots of people here as well. And McElliott's, is it McElligott or McElliott?
McElligott.
Where's that from?
Well, mom's from Ashty and Kerry, and yeah, so my dad from Knocknagoshel too. He family around there, so County Kerry, yeah.
It sounds like there's a G in there that's not meant to be there.
Yeah, it's this E, a bit silent, but the G at the end of the name is in it, yeah.
Your brother came on and made an impact as well. That was important.
Yeah, Brian, yeah. I mean, all the subs, every player on this panel is important. We were saying that was our motto throughout the whole thing. Everyone has a role in this team, and when you get your chance, you have to make sure you give it your all and prove yourself there to get back in the team.
And talk to me about how you keep in touch with Gaelic games and what it means to you out there, bearing in mind you're all New York born.
Yeah, so it'd be all the families, there's parents growing up ever since I'd say all of us ever since we were a young age, 6, 5, our parents got us into football. And we'd always stay as a group. There's a big group in Yonkers, Rockland, and all the clubs everyone here we have a very close bond between everyone. So it's always been a big part of our lives, and it's just carried all the way through up the ages.
And how have you coped with, shall we say, an attitude from Ireland that is maybe not spoken, but is maybe thought a lot, that these are from New York, these aren't really good enough to win this kind of cup?
Yeah, sure, that's everything though. They wouldn't expect us coming over and giving up good competition, but you know, it's always how it's been, and we've always had that attitude to prove ourselves, and we've always wanted to get out here, and finally we got the win today.
I think they need you for the photograph. Away you go there. Thanks very much. That's Shay McElligott or McElligott from the Rangers Club in New York, and I'll just stay on here for a minute or two because we're going to get the team now. They're sort of at the wrong angle for you, but this is the historic photograph that is being taken, so we'll stay on for everyone out with their phones getting this here, and they're calling everybody in. They just need the cup, but it's busy. They're getting photographs, and now they're bringing it in, and I see Graham Garrity coming in there now. If you're on the photograph, if you widen out a little bit, you'll see Graham here at the front. Captures more family here than there are players, and look at all those phones. That's the paparazzi. That's the parents' paparazzi and the management paparazzi. And that is the magic moment with the Electric Ireland Corn and McLean Cup. Everyone's getting in, all the coaches getting in. Graham is going in for the picture as well. I was going to get a word with him there, but he's gone in as well. Guest coach for the weekend. And Senan Price is there, and Sean Price is in the middle too. He was helping us out with a few notes the last few days. Let's capture this moment of history. We have to stay on for it. We'll only be on for another minute or two, but there goes the roar. And now I'll get one last moment. Let's get the last word from Graham. Graham. Is that Graham? How do you... Sorry, go back here to get you, so let's get back in this way.
Yeah, good word back.
Drifted away too far away, but should be able to hear now. Graham, talk to me about your involvement and what's it like to win with these boys?
Oh, it's fantastic. Great bunch of lads. I've been involved in the last couple of years. More so last year I went over after Christmas with them for a 2-week spell, kind of done an intense training session with them, and they were disappointed last year after not winning. I know they won the Shield competition, but they were determined to come back this year and go one step further. A fantastic bunch of lads. They've given it everything since Thanksgiving, and you know, they got the just rewards today. They're a great bunch of lads.
So you'll be going out to New York. You'll have to go out there for the homecoming and that, and out to visit them out there. You'll be treated as one of them now.
Oh yeah, I'd be out there quite a good bit of friends out there, so I'll go out there on holidays and for Thanksgiving and different things. But No, it's fantastic. You know, they deserve it. They put in an awful lot of work. We'll probably see some of these guys later on with the New York senior team. But as I said, they put in a tremendous amount of work and they get it. They deserve everything. Just want to say like a big thanks to Paddy Curtis as well. He couldn't be here for visa reasons. It was him that brought me over last year. He's a fellow Kentstown man as well. He's done huge work with these over the last few years. And
that's maybe been a bit different this year about them that's got them over the line.
I think the experience of last year and getting that close. We spoke to them, the last few days about that. Where they went wrong the last year, and kind of in the first game last year we probably took Tala for granted really, but like this year they were really focused, so they were, and I suppose the addition of a couple of players as well helped, and as we've seen, we have the talent, and hopefully these lads will push on. We'll see them with New York probably over the next couple of years, some of these guys, and the future for New York football's looking good anyway, because a lot of these lads they're all American, they set up their club structure very well over there. So, I'm delighted for them to put in huge work, so I'm just a small part of it.
If I could pick out one player finally, I'm sure you enjoyed Brian Coughlin there at full forward. I mean, that goal he got in the second half.
Yeah, he's fantastic, and Brian, he's a great target man. Everybody, Mikey Boyle there, wing back, he put in a huge amount of work, but I think everybody, put in a shift today. They've had a tough few days. They played Wednesday, had a bit of a kick around on Thursday, the game yesterday and today, so a few sore legs, but I'm sure they'll loosen them out on Copperface Jacks tonight.
Well, if they've been training since Thanksgiving. Thanks a million. That's Graham Garrity there. Meath All-Ireland winning captain a number of years ago and now helping New York. That's the GAA for you. Thanks for joining us. It's been an historic morning here at the SETU Waterford, and that's what the Electric Ireland competitions are all about. The sun's come out again. It's doing its best here in mid-February. New York have come home and they've deserved this victory, and it's been an absolute pleasure to bring it to you all on a live stream. From everyone on the team here, it's goodbye.